You mentioned that the program you implemented is called Student Success. So at first I found that interesting, especially since part of that was parent relationships and teacher morale. But ultimately, as I was thinking about that, does all come back to that student success, right? So there is a connection there. Let's talk about students. What are some ways you work with students to be able to help them, I guess, just be successful at school every day?
Right. So we have made it actually a class, and I try to bring it to the forefront all day, like student success. You're successful. This is success. Being here is a success. So, and I have kind of the school counselor role that I feel, that's not my actual degree, but that role that I feel. And some kids, like, it's such a range being at a K-12 school, because with the kindergartners issue, that is their big deal, is so different from, the senior that's trying to do college applications and things like that. I'll start with the first of school. I found that our open house was just dreadful. And I've talked to different schools, and I often ask people, like, how boring is your open house? And ours was pretty boring. And I was at a thing for Western Carolina, talking about their open house. And I was like, why do we put everybody in a room and the parents aren't listening? And, we're reading through the handbook, changes, nobody cares. So I was like, we're going to make this a celebration. Summer's over. We're coming back to school. Let's celebrate. So when we walk in the door, we hand them a cookie, a fresh baked cookie from the cafeteria. So they get a warm cookie, and then they get their folder. So we have our office staff there. It's very organized alphabetically. So it's not, the deer in the headlights look of where are we going. Right. And even, I'm going to back up a little further. We have a special time for our kindergarten parents, because most of the time it's their first time in, or they're not sure where everything is, what's going on. Where do we even go? But we have the food for them. We have our art teacher there, band teacher, different people in our foyer. We're very blessed with a large lobby. And as they walk through, they see, that's exciting. And the art teacher had them to do the little fingerprint, like she made a little tree. So they got to interact. We have a photo booth. We have people taking pictures. The athletic department's there talking about sports. Any questions that we can ask. And it's fun, and it's lively, and it's enjoy, like, welcome back to school, not welcome back to school. It's a celebration. Yeah. Summer's over. Get back.
Sorry.
But they get to see their friends that they haven't seen in a while. And it's truly a celebration. We want that to be a fun experience for them. So if we can start off even before school starts with, we're excited to be here. We're happy. Parents are happy. They got to walk away with a cookie, and they got photo booths, different stations they got a family picture, like that. That's a win-win. Our first day of school, we try to have the mascot there and the photographer. We keep our same photo booths out, but have a little thing like, I'm in first grade, like holding little signs, or, different little things just to make them
memories.
Oh yeah, definitely. And those parents, they truly love that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I had my baby came to kindergarten this year. So even I was like, oh, it's the last one. We got to take all the pictures. I try to make as many fun days as we can. So at the beginning of the year, we do a fun Friday day. So I go through, pick out some Fridays, Christmas ugly sweater day, and maybe it'll make their Friday a little more pleasant. Maybe they've got a spelling test.
To look forward to.
Yes. Something that's just fun, truly fun on that Friday. The 100th day of school, we go all out for that. It's mostly for elementary, but, we have our little old lady and man dressed up, and we have them in the wheelchair and the walkers, they're in car line and again, parents are like, oh, wow, it makes the parents feel like that's really fun, or look at them going all out, different things. And we go, the teachers wear shirts, and we have the 100th day stickers, and we go visit all the classrooms. And I used to be the 100th day of school old lady, and my middle daughter was mortified. So she's like, you can't be the old lady anymore. So I get someone else to do that now.
Dethroned.
But yes. Read Across America Day, just get different speakers to come in. Something that we started a few years ago is called Reading Buddies. So it's a way to promote literacy. So I have our 2nd through 5th grade students to partner. They go to read to a class. So my 5th graders go to kindergarten classes. My different ones go to the preschool that we have. And it's just, they're proud to read a book. And so I'm promoting literacy. And it's crossing over, like those preschool kids are seeing the big kids from the other school. And then our 1st graders, they kind of get left out a little bit, but some of them aren't quite ready to read. But they come and read to the office on Fridays. And that's a big deal for them, just to come in here, and they're nervous and they're excited, but they got to go read to the office staff. And that's so really great. Cool for them. We have a daily slideshow. So when we got the building over here, I push for TVs in our lobby, different TVs everywhere. So we have it hooked up with a laptop, and it was a PowerPoint presentation. Now I do a Canva presentation. It's just, we start with the day, and We put the weather and kids' birthdays. So just birthdays of the week, the teacher, if it's a teacher's birthday, if we've had a ball game the night before, who was the athlete or the player of the game? And, if the second grade went on a field trip, we have those pictures to put it. And those kids, it takes maybe 4 or 5 minutes to scroll through, and we just have it on a loop. And last year at Christmas, I started putting Christmas music to it, and we had such good feedback just as literally as parents walk in the door, like there was Christmas music playing. So we've started putting the music on as soon as they walk in the door, and any guests, whatever they come in, they hear music. So that kind of takes the stress level down a little bit if it's a new family. And then there's these pictures scrolling of kids and like, wow, look at the exciting things they're doing here.
So camaraderie. Yes. I love that between the grade levels. They don't know what each other's doing. That's great.
No, yeah. And I try to chunk it by like, this is the elementary, the middle and high school. They kind of get their own thing too, but it's scrolling through and even put in places around the world. And today's Veterans Day. So they like put up veterans that have been through our school, put up their pictures just as a way of showing these kids every kid loves to see themselves. They want to see. So, they're like, and it goes to the lunchroom as well. So they're sitting there at lunch and watching and they're like, look, here I come.
How do you get them to go to class? They're all going to be in the lobby.
Well, it's sometimes it's funny because my assistant and I, we put a lot of work into the slideshow every day. And we kind of get, like, what do you mean you didn't see it on the slideshow? Or like, we put so much work into that. How dare you not look at that? But it does take a lot of work. It's a lot of time, but those kids really enjoy it. And it's just a way for them to get to show their different accomplishments off. And especially those athletes of the game, like those high school boys, they will like, they'll let me know you forgot to put the athlete of the game up, or they'll remind me.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah. Just asking for a friend.
Enjoyed this short clip? That was just a sneak peek into a full episode on the Teacher Edition podcast. We are passionate about supporting Christian educators like you. Looking for more inspiration and practical strategies you could use today? Subscribe now wherever you get your podcasts. Brought to you by BJU Press.